And obviously getting to offensive cycles is a no-brainer, yeah?
Yeah.
But also sometimes you can't. That's also reality. Sometimes you escape to, very often against the good people, you actually escape to neutrality. So it's a very good sell also. Oh yeah, get to offensive cycles. Yeah, but try to go against anybody decent and try to take over their attacks. It's quite difficult actually. So I think escape is a spectrum. And it's very tempting to think like offensive stuff, but I want to let's train all the spectrum, yeah? And then we'll see what happens, because it all depends, ecologically, yeah? It all depends your fatigue level. Your how much time is left in a match, how sweaty everything is, and you will act differently in the end of the match than in the beginning of the match, and when you're leading 10-0 or you're not leading 10-0, so everything is different. So I don't like that there's an idea like the offensive cycle. I like there's a range of possibilities, and then the environment decides what you're going to choose from that. Okay, so my thing is want to keep everything open, because sometimes it's wise to just suffer 30 seconds till the end of the match because you're leading 5-0, instead of trying to escape to offensive cycle. You want to just ride it out 30 seconds. You won the world championships, So my ability, so why I'm concentrating on keeping you safe is if you're safe indefinitely till the end of time, yeah, then you can make whatever choice you want. And obviously in a classes, my job is to, kick you in the ass a bit. So you're not just only defending 10 minutes, and not doing anything. Because in a class, I can give you a task that you have to do it. Then there can be a task that you just do nothing, survive, and they have to break through. Or there's a task, you have 30 seconds, get to this, So we break people's habits because, people are lazy. That's that's not unreasonable to say. You do what's comfortable. So with the different kind of task focuses, we can actually build different, capacities to do something, So in that sense, yeah. And also I would say this comes to always to the question okay, why do you do this and why do you don't promote? I do my half, and then I usually tell people, you do the other half. Why I have to do everything for you? So if I keep you safe, now it's your responsibility. You're accountable now of what do you do with that superpower. You can be lazy and just stay there and just overuse it, or you can be like, oh, I'm safe enough. Now I'm safe to try shit and fail. And if I fail to go to offensive cycle, I can land to that defense again and then try again. And then trying that again helps me to understand how this offensive cycle, achieving that, how it works, because it's not that easy because they're going to defend it. By having that base, idea that I can fail and go back and try again and go back and try again. So I try to provide that base. So willing to try. Okay, and if you don't, then like I said, there's a class. And also, when people usually say, "Oh, I can't try it," they will not let me escape, and that is a problem with scaling. That's usually what the ecological talk is also about scaling. That if you're, let's say, a blue belt, I don't know, let's say 80 kilos, yeah, then you take a white belt of 70 or 60 kilos, yeah, and try to go to offensive cycle against the white belt just to give it a try. And we're not winning and losing there. That's out because you're better, let's say. You're bigger also. And get what's the success going against that guy. Then maybe if you can take your own weight class white belt and try, and maybe then take a blue belt that's 70, 60 kilo. Try against that, So I would say this, that if I keep you safe, then obviously you start to try things against resistance. And so it's a ladder. And finally, you try against your own size, your own level, somebody better. And so that's my answer to those. And then you pick whatever you can. Yeah, because our sport is, we have opposition. So not everything we want will happen. Yeah. And against white belts, you can force, I want offensive cycles. So I will tend to pick maybe my task could be I want an offensive cycle, and we can define what it is. And I try that against my own kind. It's quite difficult, And then I just want to get to neutrality. And then I learn to actually get to offensive cycle. So, but I feel it's like a no shit Sherlock like offensive cycle thing that everybody wants the best, but you have to work for it. And also when you watch matches, not everything will happen this way all the time. And so reality, I think, is more boring. That like everybody wants to counterfight in boxing, but try to counterfight. It's quite difficult skill. Most of that you're just avoid or you just block. But countering somebody, is very cool, but very hard skill to do. You know. So I think reality is more boring than that.